Yo, I'll do Minski real quick. So on your Radiant team, we do got Cute going to be playing your Tusk still here by the fountain. Mr. Jacko going to be playing your Nature's Prophet up by the off lane. We do have Play Hard playing your Mirana. And of course, on the we haven't seen this hero a whole lot often. The Crystal Main going to be picked up by Jesse Vash. And finally, that leaves down by the bottom lane one of the newest heroes in the game, and, well, one of the heroes with probably the worst win rate starting out. It's going to be the Legion Commander, played by, well,
30 seconds to go. ...
Is he?
Yeah, and maybe it's Joven, if you're familiar with him. He often plays as ... but...
Okay. I can roll with Joven. It's better than triple period or something.
Yeah. Hey, just rolls off the tongue, man.
Fantastic duel coming out from So, all right, I'll let you go ahead and take over. Tell me about these Aussie boys.
Well, for the other boys, we've got some stand-ins. We'll start with them. In the offlane, it will be the Tidehunter being played by Mlad, who's an upcoming Australian player. We are going to see Fried Butterflies, the Filipino stand player, in a bit of trouble with the Top River. He's on the Sand King as a support, so this is a Pinoy player, I think, plays for Team Canis. Bowls, the immunity carry player, is going to be on the Omni Knight. In the mid lane, it will be Shatan on the Solamid Templar Assassin. And finally, another stand-in, the Korean player, it's going to be Cynical on the Leshrac, a former teammate of some of these Aussies, though. So he used to live in Australia, so they know Cynical pretty well, and he should be able to fit pretty well right into this team.
Alright, so we'll see how they decide to synergize it out as he does pull forward here in the top lane. And this is a bit of a throwback. I haven't seen an off-lane Mirana in quite a while. You know, we used to see it quite a bit back in the day. You know, given that she can be quite elusive with that leap, she can get what she wants and still be able to get away without taking too much damage. We'll see how they decide to play it out here for Play Hard. In that mid lane, it is a matchup between Nature's Prophet and Templar Assassin. Nature's Prophet, a little unorthodox for a mid laner, but as I've pointed out in the past, maybe we might see at the 2-minute mark, he could head on up to maybe get a hold of one of the runes and teleport to the bottom side and grab the other if you'd like, if you want to really take advantage of that extra mobility. But as far as, you know, CS goes, it might be a bit tricky for him, as already it is going to be Shatan. Do you have a personal favorite going on paper here between a Templar Assassin and Nature's Prophet?
Definitely with the TA here. I think Prophet, he can make up for... Well, TA wins on CS, but Prophet can roam and help the other lanes a lot more. So I think it comes down to how effective the Prophet TPs to other lanes and either ganks or pushes. So as far as the lane goes, it's definitely a TA favored matchup. And with the new deny system, getting denies is a lot more effective here. So Shatan could theoretically do a lot better in this lane. He is playing on some nasty Australian thing though, so far he's actually not really ahead on CS. Pretty even with the Nature's Prophet.
Yep, and they're looking to make it work here. The 2-minute mark about to pop, and we're already going to see some contention. Arrow flies out, and a nice sidestep as he does have the vision of that Mirana coming in and allows him to quickly bottle up the bounty rune. On the bottom, though, it is Tusk who picks up that haste rune. He's going to turn the corner, and, you know, kind of second-guessing maybe he should go for some sort of gank, and he is going to, you know, bulldoze towards this mid lane here, hand-in-hand with that Crystal. And Shibu's oh so slow. So, you know, we'll see if she can manage to get in there and maybe make something happen against this TA. Meanwhile, that's going to leave the Tidehunter in his familiar solo offlane kind of a spot, going toe-to-toe with that Legion Commander. So we'll see how they decide to duke it out. Legion Commander really good requirement. They're going to snowball right on forward here, but not going to catch with the Ice Shards. Remember, Ice Shards got changed up quite a bit, and maybe Cute might not be used to it, but unfortunately can't pincer in the TA, and, well, TA will avoid that incoming gank.
I think we'll be seeing a bit of that over the next week or so, and even when people get used to it, you want to try to get that really nice block off, and you can't just get the free block anymore. So in that way, the spell's been nerfed. In other ways, it's been buffed, where you maybe don't drop any hero.
Top lane, they get the Burrow Strike and the stun follow-up, and there is your first blood. It's going to be Cynical to pick it up, and we saw a bit of a small hot pursuit, and, you know, it looked like Mirana was tempting fate. She wanted to wait out before using her lead, thinking she could maybe time the Burrow Strike, the Burrow Strike being one of the best stuns in the game. It happens so fast, and the range can be a bit deceiving, and, well, she gets caught out, and unfortunately hands over the first blood in her off lane.
Alright, Aussies off to a good start. I'm feeling very Australian today. We had our footy grand finals, so today of all days I'm allowed to be biased towards the Aussies, but
I'll feel a little Australian. I mean, I am in your room. The flag's right over here in the corner, so I guess I can feel that a little bit.
Good. Next time I'm in the studio, I'm going to make everyone watch some Aussie footy. It's quite a unique sport. Which,
I might get sick that day. I don't know. We'll see.
It's good stuff, man. It's good sport. But,
well, they go for the shards this time. They actually get it timed properly, but he just walks away from that. No
Just taking some practice shots, I guess,
Yeah.
after the last missed one.
Well, bottom, the next rune
and
contention is going to be a bounty rune picked up, and a DD going to be picked up from the top on that Mirana. No bottle for her, as, you know, might be something she considers here, and something that many teams have said already. With 2 runes now involved in the game, you might see some extra bottles picked up, extra people hitting said bottle, and, you know, maybe a roaming support or perhaps an offlaner moving over. Do you tend to agree with that? Are we going to see more bottles, more valuable in this game?
yeah, I think we've already seen it a little bit. Like Universe on Zelda Titan was getting bottled. Certain supports can definitely benefit from it. I don't think you need it on your hard supports, but some of these heroes like 4th position Tusk, pretty good bottle candidate. It is a bit like 700 gold though, so you can't get it super fast. You still need your boots first generally. But we're seeing a lot more Wisp already. That's definitely one thing we're going to see.
Oh, yeah.
Using the fact you get these double runes.
Wisp not only has great mobility to get up with those runes right away, but of course taking real advantage of that bottle, sharing it not with himself but with others. Be careful of mono, of course, but he does definitely get it done. But it's kind of quiet on the western front here, you could say. 5 minutes in, only the first blood that happened on the top lane, but I think that works out relatively nice, more for maybe immunity here, allowing their Templar Assassin to just take advantage of getting that CS. Legion Commander, though, the queen of CS, I guess you could say, but she really benefits when she does start getting the pickoffs. Maybe she's going to wait till she can manage to get a hold of a Blink Dagger, but she's going to start building up that bonus damage. That is what really makes her work, so we'll have to see if Joven or ... can really get the ball rolling on her so.
Yeah, and putting it in the trail lane does get the slightly slower level 6, but the guaranteed farm towards your Blink Dagger, so it's kind of, you get your up with your down, so we'll see how he does here. Bottom lane, they're putting a lot of pressure on him with the TP. They want to commit to this.
I love how he surprises him coming in from the east, but the sprout's going to be to no avail as he just quickly uses that tango and eats down one of those. Look at this, a counter rotation coming in for immunity. It's going to be Cynical moved in here. Jacko's got to be careful. Oh, the split off going to be off the mark right there. But Luko also joined the party. It's the Omni Knight. They jump in, they get one pick off. It's Leshreck to pick it up right there, and well, there is going to be a clear getaway right there.
Tower could use a hand.
Well, I believe the DLC back to
Paul's already with phase boots up, so even just the 1 point in the degen aura, he's chasing people down and just hammering them to pieces, so.
Phase boots on Omni Knight, not going with the arcane boots.
Yeah, this is much more
interesting,
battle ready build, but
well,
I can dig it. Something different.
Radiant's mid tower's coming
He's
apart.
going to have to make sure he hangs out, I guess, with the Tidehunter pretty often, who does have the arcanes. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about some serious mana usage. I mean, you're popping out already the regen, or not the regen, the repel and the heal, and you're already well past 200 mana for a guy who only has 300 as it is right now. That can get scary.
Yeah.
Guardian Angel could be quite mana consuming, so you're kind of hoping, though, you can put out a couple of those in at least one team fight. He's using that extra move speed. Balls is running right towards Crystal Maid. Like, get the hell back here. I'm going to take care of you. I got the Degen Aura. I'm looking to slam it home. Hammers are right in the backside. Boom, damage. He drops the heal. Boom.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
That's a freaking beauty right there. Oh, God.
Repels himself. He's like, I'm going to make the clean getaway. Nope, nope. I got Tidehunter here. Look at her roll in front. He's got the damage. Oh, that's snowball.
Dire's top tower.
Emlad is going to be displeased about that one.
Has to grit his teeth and walk away.
From the greatness of the Omni Knight whacking down a Crystal Maiden to a Miss Ravage, that was ooh.
This is already making for an entertaining game, which is nice to see out of one that doesn't really matter as far as tournament goes, but for these teams to really show some stuff like that. Respect to flying on Mirana. Snowball's going to grab her up and dodges the heal, but he wants to move forward actually. They got to be careful with that. They have the dust conveniently, they get the shards up, and what started as a rough start for Tusk, he's quickly turning it back with some big plays right there, and now Omni Knight has to retreat up to the north to get away from this hot situation, and oh wow, look at that, the fight recap actually works live. I didn't notice that. I hit the button there, you can see it came off those and support the back out of the job. Meanwhile though, they're moving forward, they take down the LC in the bottom lane, and they quickly rip them apart. They want more blood, they're moving towards Jacko, Jacko moving towards the side chip, just too many people around, and he gets slammed at home, and well, Cynical on the Leshreck moves on to Achilles.
Yeah, the supports are getting some work done here. Well, I guess the Sand can get him down in the top lane, but he's got 1600 gold. He's close to a fast Blink Dagger Fried Butterflies, so Immunity just moving around the map while they lose a tier 1 tower, but this is the new patch. These towers don't give anywhere near as much gold as they used to, and just aren't quite as, like, snowbally. So I think Minski not getting as good a trades as they would have been in 6.81 with the tower, not really giving as much.
really like the action-packed game we're getting thus far. Criticizing a bit of a slow start at 5 minutes, but now 5-1 as they begin to hold on forward towards the LC. And, well, it looked like Nature's Prophet was ready to go to help out, but he actually might go here on the top lane. Oh, they were considering pushing. And they will. Surprise from the jungle as Jacko runs on in again. And Omni quickly heals and repels himself and looks to make a turn. And with those extra move speed, blasted for it. Oh no. Deja vu for Crystal Maiden above the moon lane. Shadow. They don't have the detection and they make a quick escape. So things were looking relatively scary. But, oh yeah. Very nice. The first duel and the first bonus damage awarded for the LC, and so that's something you want to start to get the ball rolling on. The lady stands around for smash, but unfortunately, that's going to put Minski one more kill ahead now. 2-5, your new score. We'll take a... Uh-oh. As I say that... Don't get careless! Unfortunately, Milady gets caught by Milady! The Mirana! And gets taken down. Assassinated on the backside.
Yeah, well sniped. Play hard there. And they're going to try to follow some of the tier 1 tower, so Minski finding their footing a bit here. He's going to betray the top lane where Shaitan and Balls are going for a tier 1 of their own. Both teams with Glyph, which should be using it. Actually, yeah, there we go. They'll use it. Both of these glyphs will refresh after the towers go down.
I'm glad that you pointed that out, but if you're not using your Glyph on the tier 1 tower, you're partial to that mid tower. Here we go, last second TP rotations. They want to make a break for Jacko retreat, but man, the double slam. I mean, it was a bit excessive to take down Nature's Prophet, planning on getting that tusk, but they were not so lucky to get both of them, and they will grab what they can and just kind of shuffle back. But regardless, it is going to be a tier 1 for a tier 1 in the end. Early looks at the graph, you can see it's still relatively close, very even. What started as a promising, immunity start at about 2K is now coming a lot closer to the end. Those tower takedowns, but Immunity not letting up just yet. They want to go for a second tower here. Refresh not pulling up the Edict just yet here, waiting for more wave clearage. There are those who are rapid nature to try to slow their ball. Pops out the Edict here, and there's you're going to be another Glyph popped out. Back-to-back Glyphs here make for, this kind of opportunity to not happen here. We're seeing 6.82 in action, I guess.
Yeah. That's where Lester kind of has to hold the Edict, because he pops the Edict, that's what Minski are waiting for. They see Edict, they pop the Glyph, and that's kind of when the most damage is being dealt to the tower, and you can TP in and push Immunity back, which is exactly what they did. They didn't find any kills off of it. Immunity with Urns, with bottle challengers, they want to re-engage at mid lane. They're gonna stay
mind you, no Ravage available, but the Omni Knight does have Guardian Angel to work with, and as he throws out a heal and without a hold of Arcanes, he might have to be cautious about his mana pool. Now he already actually has a Vitality booster. Balls might be considering going for the new item, the Crimson Guard.
The Dire might want to
hide the may be possible
tower
as well. Whoa, Playhard gets a solo kill bottom lane, but I think he had a starting item stout shield. I think he might just be going for Rod of Atos here, because you mentioned that he has a lot of mana problems, so I feel like if he picks up a Vanguard here, he's going to have ridiculous mana problems. He's got to get something which boosts up his mana, be it something like the drums, a Soul Ring, or I think a Rod of Atos would actually be a pretty strong item.
Yeah, good. It would work with additional slow. I mean, he already has plenty of it with that Degen Aura. Pop the suit seems to be the motivation here for Balls. And, and you're right. I mean, he does need a little bit more mana to work with. The Atos would definitely assist in that. So we'll see where he decides to go. A couple more big items come out right here. One of the new staples here for LC has been that armlet, so she gets a hold of that one, adding huge damage, and that will help out excessively when she does pull out the duel. But also, a Templar Assassin Blink Dagger has been picked up. Not just that, but also has the DD bottled up, so might go for a quick pickoff here on Tusk if possible. Jump in, one big slam, 2, 3, and that's it. That's all it takes. Tusk falls just like that, and he doesn't even have the opportunity to get a snowball out for himself, as he really didn't have anywhere to go regardless. Yeah,
that just happened too fast. Nicely played by Shaitan, and could pressure this top tier 2 tower. Probably can't bring it down, so maybe a bit too risky there, but yeah. Balls and Shaitan just kind of moving around as this two-man unit, defending their top lane earlier, going for the pushes. These two, just on their own, are getting a lot done right now.
Yep, and we do see a smoke pop out here, though, for Minski. And at the same time, we do see behind the scenes Immune trying to catch someone, and they're not going to get so lucky. And the other support combo and LC.
They're looking Ravage here.
Yeah, they might try to flank, but yeah, there is a Ravage. There is a Sand King with an Epi here, so they got to be careful. They could go into a fight and end up just stubbing their toe. But look at this new path usage right here. Looking to creep in from the side, and Moonlight Shadow is actually going to be popped out. I didn't see a ping, so I'm not too sure if they actually saw it. But that
so
courier,
much for the Radiant's
courier. Get the courier.
Oh,
nice snag coming out from Shaitan, making use of that blink as they see the what looked like a bird rowing a boat. Was that the courier? I guess it was.
Yeah. I think it's the TI4 courier with the rowboat. But,
fancy stuff, I suppose.
Minski get this new observer account, which gave him some good vision of where those heroes were. The problem is they saw a Tidehunter and they're like, we don't really want to go on this Tidehunter. We want to play this carefully. So, yeah, I think community just avoiding that smoke gank, holding on, still have the Ravage as well, so they can look to use this to maybe take a team fight in the next couple of minutes.
And that's the best thing they got going for them. Yeah, they got big team fight on their hands. The jump forward coming out from Shaitan, looking to go toe-to-toe with LC, who's going to reserve the duel rather for now. Shards coming in from the north is cute to let him know, like, hey, I'm here, I'm present, so be wary of him. For Minski here, they don't have much late game, but as far as team fight goes, maybe some of the best you can see. Guardian Angel, Epicenter, Ravage, I mean, pretty much the whole kit and caboodle, and even with Leshreck there to power on some additional magic damage, you know, it's going to be on Minski. They might be a little more pressure to maybe get some BKBs on their side.
Dire's top tower.
It feels like you have like all of these kind of late game semi carries. Like even the support like Leshreck is a semi carry. You got your TA.
Oh, the Ravage pulled out and the Epi, all for poor little Legion commander as they do catch him out and make use of those big ultimates, getting down the prime core target of Minski. So nice grab right there, and I'll go ahead and show the fight recap, I guess, since I have the access to it. This is so funny to me.
Yeah,
nice.
This is good. Damage done total. A team fight where there was just 1,000 damage done to 0.
Yeah, it was
good
pretty
stuff.
much one-sided, but I guess if you needed to see the raw data, there it was for you. So, well, here we go. Pressure to come here. Jacko had been very involved in teleporting and being moving into the fights. Not doing too much right, but yeah, bottom lane you can see right there with the last catch off. It's Playhard who managed to take down Cynical on the Leshreck. So Playhard had a bit of rough start in her off lane, but making use now of roaming around and getting some quick pickoffs, as you see.
He's had 3 solo kills with Mirana. Them tied at mid lane. You got another one at bottom lane. And then there's his third just then on the support Leshreck. So he's made a lot of plays just on his own, which has got him up to level 11. He's, I think, the highest level hero on the Radiant team because of all these solo kills, which is something fairly potent. You get the max arrow, max Starstorm at this stage of the game. You've got a lot of killing
The dust as well. Guardian Angel to help sustain there as they look to push, and no, they will not be able to get a hold of that Moonlight Shadow coming out from the Mirana, able to aid, and now sacrifice
Radiant's mid
tower,
tower's
but it
getting
will be
1-4.
probably coming in a bit of a trade. Nope, they're just doing a bit of a side push there, but we'll see if they can go on forward. Legion Commander with that armlet, which is, you know, all in good fun as far as damage, but, you know, we'll see if she decides to save it for a Blink Dagger. Could have definitely helped out in that particular case, so we'll see if she decides to grab one for himself.
Yeah. I'm surprised to see the armor pre-Blink Dagger, but I guess just feeling confident maybe we can get snowballed into a fight without the task and have the setup come from elsewhere, but we'll see Cynical now finally get the D-Ward happening, and well, all in all, Immunity have a lot better map control right now. They are behind the tower, but they're the ones kind of dictating the flow of the play, largely because of the Ravage and Tide. Also finishing off a mech now, so when they've got the mech advantage, they've got a Ravage on their side, and just a much stronger team fight with all their big ultimates. Fighting into GA is not really possible for Minski, so Minski have to pick and choose their fights a lot more carefully. They're kind of trying to split push, try and find little solo ganks like the Mirana's been doing. Imagine they just kind of keep this approach up against team.
Yeah, but you know, it's just as risky here for Immunity because they try to go for a team fight and they blow out their ultimates and it pretty much comes to nothing. They're going to be pretty much expended with nothing left in the barrel. So they have to be cautious about that one. We've already seen a lot of potential coming out from Playhard here on this Mirana. Could look to follow it up with some big damage. Already adding pressure.
Radiant lost one of them
also
bottom
bottom lane
towers.
though. It is going to be a takedown of that tier 1 tower, and they didn't use the glyph for that one. So a bit of a misplay there from Minski as they had a lot of attention on that mid lane.
Yeah, maybe just, yeah, a bit caught unawares perhaps, but Immunity, they're getting more and more farm across the board. It will be the Crimson Guard, so Omni Knight, there's mana problems be damned when you get this Crimson Guard, and Crimson Guard costs... Okay, it's got 0 mana cost, so I wasn't sure if it had a mana cost, so... I guess with no mana cost on the Crimson Guard, it's not gonna cause too many problems, but he can't just spam Purification in fights. He's got to really just hold his mana all the time. And they can use the urns, I guess, for healing and the mech, but as far as the Purification goes, it could be very conservative.
I mean, for a team that's supposed to be going for big team fights, I'm sure they're expecting to fight as a group and not a buddy-buddy system. As long as the arcanes are going to be shared around, that hopefully should run into too many major problems. Right now they go toe-to-toe with and actually bring it down relatively quickly. And you can see already a little bit of extra use coming out from that Crimson Guard as they don't take a whole lot of damage, and it looked like Minski really had no idea it was even happening. So, drops the movie right there, dragging the quick Aegis, and obviously it is going to go into the hands of Shaitan on that Templar Assassin.
Mithril Hammer in hand too, so maybe a fast Desolator from him. Could go for the BKB, but I think that's just way too unnecessarily defensive. And there's the second Mithril, will be the Deso, so... This is a nice and ballsy build coming out from the TA, and I think the kind of build that suits this game. You've got so much protection from the Omni Knight, and then you've got the backup disable and lockdown of a Tidehunter, a Sand King, a Leshrac, all with AoE stuns, so there should be a lot of space for TA to do damage in these fights.
And you're, looking at some pretty flimsy opponents here. Your Crystal Maiden is maybe lucky to stand up to 2 shots from a TA, so if she gets a hold of it, it's pretty much, good game for her. And, even Mirana with only 1k life and not really building into too much survivability, she does already have the drums.
Bottom lane.
Bottom lane, looking to push on forward here as the big snowball to fly out. Leshrac trying to run around, turns back with an Edict, but well, Tusk with that Blink Dagger. Fancy stuff, intimidates them with the big snowball, Indiana Jones style, and just promptly jumps back.
Very suitable name. Some cute plays coming out from Cute, and we'll see Playhouse also escape a gank in the mid lane, and Fried Butterflies did not get the cooldown on the follow-up stun to bring him down, but the CM, so Jesse Vash has done very little this game, I'd say. 0-1 and 0. Didn't do much in the late stage. I mean, this was the first to pick CM.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her back into seeing some play, but a lot of people would argue there's a lot of other options for supports that can get a lot of the same thing done. I mean, I don't know how much they value an Arcane Aura, but outside of that, you could have gotten like Shadow Shaman, a Lion, anyone else who could provide much additional CC. But speaking of CC, mid lane, Cynical gets caught out with a very nice arrow. It doesn't bring him out of the sun quite quickly, but it has to pull out a Guardian Angel actually to make sure he saves his Shrek in need. And he'll step back and
big ultimate use. Could have gone for a Purifier, even just the Crimson Guard, maybe would have helped that, which has no mana cost, but...
something to come their way, or a TP from Nature's Prophet or something, but I guess plays it extra safe. But yeah, that cost them a Guardian Angel, and that's a pretty big girthy cooldown, I guess, about 130 seconds or so, so it's going to be a long while, and if Minski are onto it, they could look to push a team fight.
And this Tusk is still being so annoying. He's constantly going bottom lane, pushing it out, and then using this snowball blink tactic to escape the immunity ganks that come in. He's just blinking in the trees, TPing home, and getting himself back to safety. So just kind of being delayed if they maybe want to try and push with the Aegis. Well, it's not really happening. TA will get the Desolator now, which is the damage up. But Hero who get blinked on by this could just instantly melt. CM two-shotted by this Desolator. I wonder if this would even come close to getting one-shotted by a Blink Melt Strike.
And for a second pick Crystal Maiden, that would be quite embarrassing, so hopefully that's not the case. And as far as snowballing and blinking back, it is cute, but you got to be careful. You're going against a fair amount of Blink Daggers already on the other side. We got 3 of them, so if you blink in the wrong direction, you get caught out rather quickly. And already they're getting pressure here on the bottom, which I'm not really surprised. They're going to go for a trade tier 2 or tier 2 on the top, but it's immediately trying to make a play happen. Looking to expire here in about 1 minute 30 seconds. So they get on tier 2, not seeing a fight break out yet, so they might be pushing here. You have Ravage, you do have the Leshrac there to back it up with a little extra pushing flavor. No Guardian Angel, but also an Epicenter available. So they're going to hold strong here and keep going until a fight comes.
They'd love to have that Guardian Angel for the defensive capabilities, but the fact they still have Ravage and Epicenter is probably enough for them. And there's your blink in. Decent damage. Kelsey's pretty tanky, but Sonic wants to come as far as his push is concerned.
Oh wow, this tier 3 falling very quickly, forces them to pull out the glyph. Arrow to fly. Oh no, he can't get it off the time as he actually gets stunned with the arrow balls. The big Tusk, the follow-up ends combination. Allison Minski. Oh no, they could lose a rack just like that. Play hard getting caught out as well. Well, I hope he didn't blink because 4 quickly fall. A buyback come out from the LC and already 1 racks to fall. This escalated rather quickly. Quickly clear, both set of racks and promptly leave. Wow, that was hot and heavy real quick.
And they've still got the ace in hand with a decent duration as well. Okay, 1.5 minutes, maybe not the best, but they want to go again. They theoretically could, but maybe without the Ravage, they're going to have to just wait for this Aegis to time out and come up with some new plan. But Shaitan is getting very fast. 3k gold on him now to go with the Desolator, and actually no, the Aegis only lasts 5 minutes. It's gone already. Yep. This is the new Aegis timer. Completely forgot about that one. All right.
No more long duration Aegis. You got to make sure you make use of it quickly, and I think they were well aware of that. Pushing that bottom lane, they knew they didn't have all the time in the world, and you know, they made good use of that pressure.
Radiant's mid tower is getting banged.
They're not letting up just yet, as I was questioning the late game. They're definitely looking to get this thing wrapped up really quickly, but look at that. They jump in, they're making go with that Guardian Angel in hand. It's going to help them around this duel. They also back it up with a very nice epicenter with Snowball. Going to aid temporarily here, but they do manage to jump back out. The balls are trying to sustain them out. Look at this, he's jump back in, coming out from Shaitan, looking to go toe-to-toe. Oh, it's out of the Tusk, it's away from the and back on that TA. Big counter reward, I'm sure, and falls as well. Jumping throw strike was, might have a misplay, gets slammed up with a big uppercut. A huge triple kill. I don't even want to look at how much gold he's got. Let's see, what's the Nature's Profit? 2.3k.
Got the fight recap. 4.5k gold swing, 3.4k gold earned by Minski, and 1,000 gold lost by immunity. So there's your comeback mechanic in play. And
the one thing I have to say though about this fight recap is they have to be so big and right in the middle of my screen. If I'm trying to like simultaneously watch the action on the map, it's like all over my face. So something that a little bit better is keeping it to the side.
K-pop sources may still have a job.
Yeah, I don't have to be a little biased with that one, but yeah, but good to have a little bit of man. Huge swing back from Minski on that one, and I mean, there's your new pack comes to work here, allowing for the comeback factor as they go back towards this tier 2 tower. Mid lane with Streams going to town in the Shrek here, trying to quickly take them down hand in hand with the Titan. They do so it takes a great damage, but still, Team Immunity well in front here with that first Rax takedown here, but now they have to play a little more cautious. They can't just carelessly hand things away, because with that big bounty reward system coming out, if you're well in the head, you got to play just a little more cautiously to not hand things over like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The Rax advantage would be nice, but it's that fight's a wake-up call. Like, okay, we haven't won this game just yet, and Minski can look to turn this one around very quickly if we're not careful. Shaitan and Jacko will run into each other. Jacko injures here, though. So Shaitan should be okay. He's not really. He's excellent foot forward.
Oh, he's slowing him down. He pulls out the trap, and it forces them to get the Moonlight Shadow here. And, well, with no detection, they can't really pursue it. Well, thankfully for Jacko to be there in this TA, Tusk was well aware, because otherwise he would have been easily caught. So Jacko there to the aid, does probably jump to that bottom lane, but top lane, got to be cautious here. You do have Q still flirting around in this top lane. He's going to go into the opponent's jungle and look to make a push happen from this mid. Nice where they do clean up. What's going to be popped? Jumping Ravage as he tries to lock him in place, but oh no! The swift blink as he gets away from it. Actually pursued to catch out here on Q. No more Moonlight Shout to save you, my friend, as he gets slammed home. Taunt with the swift pick off there sends Tusk back in.
Yeah, a bit awkward for the Tide Hunter, but yeah, I don't think there's any buts. That's just a bit awkward, that Tide Hunter Ravage, but.
So, hopefully they do manage to get something for it, that Tusk, trying to play it, cute. I hate to say it like that as a pun, but, he does move off to the jungle and just gets caught out rather quickly. And now with advantage in numbers for now, Immunity looks
Radiant's mid tower
only
could
10
use a
seconds
hand.
left on the death match.
Radiant's mid tower is in
Looks like they're trying to go
trouble.
for the deny there from with that one. Immunity still adding some pressure
Radiant's
here.
mid
We'll see
tower
if
can use a
for
hand.
this one. And it looks like they might the highlight. They have the Shrek and that Edict to add the extra bit of damage. They know from last fight they don't too much. So they add the pressure, they fall back, and well, Roshan is up if they want to move
bottom
to
tower
the
is
mid.
getting the business.
They do see a side push from Jacko. Jacko does promptly TP away thereafter. But here we go. They're going to segue potentially here right into the Roche pit if they'd like.
Yeah, even mid lane, I'm sure they don't get the tower or anything, but it's still like a free 500 damage, and Aegis would be fantastic, but Minski off the suit. You have an arrow, they're firing in, they want to contest this.
Catches right into the face of Silver right there, but Roche is already very low, so there's your Ice Shards actually blocking into place, but the Crimson Guard able to help out Need. Burrow Recto's going to pinch her on Jesse's back, and it's Crystal Maiden trying to step away from this one, but not going to be so... God, they're trying to catch her. Moonlight Shadow going to help so long, and she put herself in the corner and gets promptly taken down. The Leaper went to play our TP. Oh, the Burrow strike just a hair too late, unfortunately. But regardless, though, still a swift takedown of that Roche is going to allow Immunity to get that Aegis into the hand of Shaitan once more.
Yeah, last time Aegis was a lane of Rex, and I have a feeling this time it's going to be a similar story for Immunity and group up with their ultimates and make a go at this mid lane. So Minski going to have to be ready for that high ground defense, which is going to be very tricky against the Immunity Aegis. Repel TA in the front lines with the Desolator can just slowly bring down this tower. It's not even that slow when you've got the Desolator damage. And sure, you've got Diffusal, you can try and engage on the TA by purging off the Repel. Problem is, you've got an Aegis, so you're gonna have to kill the TA twice.
Yep, so, you know, as their cooldowns, actually everything's up and available here for Immunity. I guess they could just wait it out a bit, farm it up. They do have some time to work with on that Aegis before it expires, but then I would imagine they're going to consider going for that Deathball push. All also handed available in your Guardian Angel. I would imagine they might consider going for the final blow here. Your arrow to fly out is not going to be on the mark, but you know, it's going to be on Minski here to try to defend.
I think Tide's just doing his last little bit of pushing out the top lane before he makes a beeline towards mid, and those mid Raptors here. We haven't seen back there in jungle, so maybe waiting for another item or two. Tide is just 800 away from a Refresher Orb. Omni Knight, yeah, that's okay. I thought he must be close to an egg. He's got the full thing, so Omni's good to go. Leshek with his Bloodstone, he's good to go. Sand King's pretty good to go. Just the Refresher on Tide is the one kind of luxury item that they're waiting for, and Tide can farm it and they'll still have the Aegis if they want to try and wait for that before they go for a push.
Yeah, that would definitely be the safe bet. I'm really nervous at that point for Minski and how they're going to defend it out. It's very apparent, at least in my opinion, based on their draft, they were planning on being the aggressors in this one. I mean, you're talking about picking up an LC who really hasn't got a whole lot done, only 10 bonus damage at 31 minutes, constantly forced to be on the defense. Crystal Maiden, as we already had been digging on, has really not been on the offensive or helping out with that too much. Tusk has been playing a lot with the Snowball, but pretty much using it a lot more defensively. And well, there, mid lane, play hard, gotta be careful for the jump and Burrow strike, catches cute. Oh, the Snowball in desperation, and well, sit in that ball, say some prayers, blink to get up the high ground, but hey, Shaitan's there to welcome you with open arms as he quickly rips you down. And, no buyback available here for the Tusk, and has about 35 seconds if Team Immunity want to push on forward and try to make it into the base.
Yeah, Glyph available for Minski, but that's just going to delay. It's not going to be able to turn this one around. And
Radiant's top tower
I think they are going to go high ground as you suggest. Put the Repel on the TA, bring down the tower, and then force Minski to really make the play engage, which is not something Minski want to do. Into a rapid epicenter and Guardian Angel. Set the staircase, if you will. Pull out the edict that's going to immediately pull out the fortification, but this could be the last moments here for Minski. All ultimates available in their arsenal. I mean, Tidehunter is relatively close to this Refresher.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
But I think they're going to feel a little impatient here if they want to just go up with the one single Ravage instead. Arrow to fly, falls.
Radiant's top tower has shaped. The Radiant got
top
one
lane
last
and
top
just kind of
tower.
secure a 2-2 tower
The
instead. So
Dire
that will
best do
eliminate all
something
outer
about that
towers
bottom
here
tower.
for Minski, and they're going to be corralled back into their base.
Radiant's top tower is taking
Forward from
hits.
Shaitan going pretty aggressive.
Dire just couldn't save that
Ravage jumping at once. Epicenter, I would imagine, to follow shortly after. A quick takedown of that Crystal Maiden. There's your Snowball, cute, trying to turn the corner to get away from this one. This is quick to get away, and they still go on pursuit here. Caught. But here's your duel coming out. Guardian Angel instantly to counter any sort of duel. Burrow strike to follow. No Epicenter necessary as they already take down 3. And I would imagine this is going to be the beginning.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged
I don't think Minski ever come back. The Prophet's trying to do his best here and there to cut off waves to go for the split push, but he hasn't even come close to breaking the tier 3 tower on Rex, so he's slightly delaying Immunity, but Immunity already on the high ground. They've been on the high ground for the last minute or so, and Raxes have fallen, and Prophet's just kind of looking around like, well, I can't fight. I'm not split pushing, but I don't really want to die with my team right now.
Radiant's top rags.
This is going to be it. They're already splitting the team.
Radiant's mid rags is taking a licking.
You know, Shaitan working hand in hand, taking out the mid set of racks. The other three are taking out the top set of racks. This is going to be your
Radiant's mid rags ain't looking so hot.
Minski, their last game in StarLadder, you know, it's a tough pill to swallow.
There goes the Radiant's mid
Tournament
rags.
end right
Dia's
here
got a
on
case
this
of
kind
them
of a note
naked
being 9
creeps.
and 20, but you know, Immunity, the team that did have the lower record, putting on a pretty good show here with their vulnerable team. And Shaitan snowballing pretty successfully. And speaking of snowballs, trying to make it go on Tusky snowballs.
Guess what's happening to Dia's bottom tower?
It's fun to be able to get away, but when you're constantly on the defensive, as Minski have been, you're just not putting out any offense altogether.
The Dia best do something about that bottom tower. The Dia went and fortified their structures.
We learned that CM is still not a particularly good hero, maybe. I mean, this is not a big sample size, but we've got some stuff to take away from this game, maybe. But, yeah, as it stands, it's all around play here. We'll get some last minute kills.
Now diving on the new fountain here. It's going to get a lot trickier. They don't have proper vision, so already they're struggling with it. High ground freezing field lasts for maybe a hot second before he gets instantly one shot down from Shaitan. And while they step back, they got their mega creeps, Minski. They're gonna wait till the ever last moment, I guess, to see this.
This is a Minski thing, man. Even going back to the Dota 1, they wouldn't call GG. It would always be until their throne has 1 HP, they're not calling GG. They'll play to the very end. It's not just Minski thing. It's like a Filipino thing. Part of the Dota culture there is that you let your opponents have fun fountain farming if that's it, but you also just don't give up until the very last. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's very interesting watching. I never quite fully got the reasoning for it, but it's something that I find quite interesting.
I mean, I can see some use for it in a series like a best of 3 before they start.
Radiant's mid tower gets
how you want to do things in the second game, but of course tonight these are best of ones, 2 best of ones here. It's been I guess an entertaining opener, but the main event is going to be the game to follow here. Oh boy, this is clean house, and there's your GG. The Shrine's gonna fall. A fun little entertaining opening act, you could say, but we got the main event to follow right here. It's gonna be JR, gonna be going against Execration, and if Execration wins this matchup, they're gonna make the trip to the land of StarLadder. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, this is the biggest match. It's just so awesome that it came down to the final match of the group stage to decide who goes to the LAN finals.